Hello guys, it's WeatherTZK and today we're going to be talking about some more Killing Floor 3. Now we actually have some more news into the attachment system, like the art style, how the whole game is going to work. But before that, there's actually a new community post. Welcome to Nightfall News, your one-stop shop for exclusive news, patch notes and dev blogs, deep dives and more. As we look into the future, we're excited to share more details about Killing Floor 3's development. Stay tuned, we'll be giving you a behind the scenes look into the design and art that brought the new Killing Floor to life. But you see, it's starting to look really promising now because as we get into 2025, obviously, the time window is going to get a lot shorter until release. So we actually don't have that long left until, Killing Floor 3 will be released. And they said early 2025. It's going to be somewhere around January, February or March, possibly. Which if you think about it, we're in October now, so it's not that far away. And I feel like we might get a release date very soon. In the meantime, check out this excellent extended look at the development of Killing Floor 3 from our friends at PC Gamer. Oh yeah, we certainly will. And it's a 15-minute video as well, basically going into detail about the game. So without further ado, let's just jump in. And just to clarify, we'll be pausing this a lot, so if you want to watch the whole thing, it will be in the description.
Everyone at Tripwire is big fans of a lot of the more old school sci-fi, and we took a lot of inspiration from Aliens, how their technology was, like how their computer...
Oh yeah, and this is actually where I got my cryosleep theory from. Remember when I made that video about how Killing Floor 3 is 70 years in the future, how they would have survived the Mr. Foster and all that? This is basically where I got the idea from. I mean, seems though they're taking inspiration from this, of course, you got like cryopods here, but that's basically just where I got the video idea from.
I think a cinematic reference that I kind of drew inspiration from was Jurassic Park, right? Like with InGen was Jurassic Park.
Look at that. Like, do you remember this bit from the first announcement trailer? We didn't actually see this console room here. It's pretty cool. And again, they're sticking with a very futuristic theme. And here we got another image of the map. Again, very dark, very futuristic. Although not as gritty as Killing Floor 1, it still looks okay. I know most people would have hoped for a gritty Killing Floor 1 again, but you got the clots hanging off the wall, so production is still in full swing.
In RoboCop, those kind of...
And this is the area we saw a couple trailers ago. As you see, very abandoned.
And from Predator and Aliens, one of the things that you see the most, you have these groups of well-trained badasses with all the firepower in the world.
Oh, look at that. You got the explosive, revolver there. So, of course, right here as well, they mentioned about Predator with, specialists in there. That's obviously where they got inspiration from. Which, I know most people won't like the specialists, and again, I do have to reiterate, it's just something you have to try out, see if you like. So yeah, you got different weapon mods. Obviously you got the explosive round, you've got a sight, a laser sight and a revolver. And again, the map looks very dark. Not too gritty, but it still looks quite dark and scary. Of course, you've got different sights. You actually got the holographic sight there, which tells you how much ammo you have. Got cameras again, which could be trader time. That could be like the trader keeping an eye on you kind of thing. And again, look at the lighting on the map. It's very dark, very gloomy.
So for example, crawlers finally have the ability to crawl on walls. There will be certain elements in maps where you'll look to a wall and then just like a sea of crawlers will come crawling over it. Not only do they look...
So they basically just take you by surprise pretty much. And there's a lot of them as well.
A sea of...
Look at all that. Apparently they just come out of random. And there's going to be a lot of them. I think they're in specific points in the map as well.
So Scrake was always slow-moving, chainsaw freak. Now he has a grappling hook that's attached to his right arm.
And you see, that's what I was talking about before, because the Scrake, he always tends to stand back in the fight. He doesn't really engage that much unless you make him enrage. Now that he has a grappling hook, of course, he gets a lot more involved, and it makes that gameplay a lot more intense.
They have a series of Z-Tech is what we call it now, so
Oh, look at that. You can see when you shoot a specific point of a Z, they'll actually... You can actually get the weak points. So of course that's the Fleshpound's weak spot, like his chest piece. Obviously makes a massive electrical spark. Yeah, it's a lot of blood as well.
Act not only as a sense of armor, but it also has
That is cool. Like, look at he literally full on strikes you. It's crazy. Like, obviously his arms extend now, so he has more range, but that is crazy.
Horzine's thought process on bioengineering a new Zed like that is like, what is a Zed that we could create that
I've actually got like cinematics of him as well, the Impaler. He's got like some kind of gorilla pose. Yeah, just like gorilla stuff. And of course this must be like a death scene when you get defeated by the Impaler.
level Zed, but if you don't pay attention,
Does he have a
it'd be
range attack?
disgusting,
We never
but
actually
also
saw
increase
that.
low attack, kind of
Oh, it does. It's got like a red projectile. If you read the Sith reveal description, it actually says it causes temporary blindness. So yeah, I've actually never seen that before.
kind of up
We've only just seen that now, actually.
of that.
So that's apparently supposed to cause temporary blindness in the Sith description for the Z reveal for the Sith, which is pretty cool actually. We've never seen that until now actually, so that is pretty interesting. That's going to be fun.
Anywhere on screen Zeds can be, so I have to kind of keep my head on a swivel and really learn how to prioritize my target.
So yeah, there is a lot of target priority, and of course, now that Zeds have the new abilities, that means you have to prioritise which Zed to kill first. It's sort of like killing Edars first in Killing Floor 2, because they're just annoying little shits, but...
Players might not be expecting. So when you're in the
What is this thing here? I think that's supposed to make you zipline faster, like this blade thing in your gun. I don't know, I think that's what it's meant to do, but...
then all of a sudden a Fleshpound just rips down the wall next to you.
Jesus, right, so basically the maps are fully
Speed of
destructible
combat,
then.
and he rips down the wall next.
Yeah, like the Fleshpound can full on rip doors down as well, so I'm guessing the same thing when you weld doors, it will get destroyed. It'll just fly off its hinges or something. So of course, obviously a Fleshpound can't destroy every single wall because you got like debris here, but like hallways and stuff, like doorways you can possibly destroy.
Smashes through a door.
Yeah, like, look at that, just takes the door fully off. With the support or another perk, you can actually fix the door, can't you? So you might be able to do that with, you know, some specialists, but then again, I don't know if they're going to add that.
Actually feels more intense, but it's not as...
Oh, look at that. We can actually mantle on stuff. Thank you. Right. Honestly, that's the most annoying thing about Killing Floor 2. Like, if you get stuck in a corner, and it's like a very small wall, you can't actually jump over it. You basically have to go through the Z to get out. Whereas now you can actually like jump on top of things and actually mantle stuff, which is actually so much better. And I wish more games did this, to be honest. It just makes the game flow so much better now that the player has more advanced movement.
Increase the amount of total Zeds
And
that
look
we
at the
have in
atmosphere as
world.
well.
It actually
Like, it's
feels more
full
intense,
on
but it's not
dark and
as,
stuff.
spammy. It's more...
But yeah, of course, as you mantle on stuff, you're not actually safe on that surface because, of course, Zeds can climb up it. Yeah, the Zeds can climb on top of the vehicle, so you're not safe at all. But it's good for getting away.
More kind of strategy and being able to dance with.
So, of course, certain height you can jump up to and stuff, which makes the game, you know, flow a lot better.
We got a really awesome slide that they can do now if you're sprinting and sliding, and
Oh, you can actually shoot and slide. Oh, that's so cool. Like,
you can...
that right there just makes the game so much funner for me. Like, I've always wanted more advanced movement in Killing Floor. Like, I don't know, Killing Floor 2, the movement's okay, but it just feels a bit stiff in some places. With Killing Floor 3, of course, they're obviously innovating a lot with movement, and, you know, it looks pretty decent.
Having those zip lines in the world where you can use a multi-tool and deploy those and quickly jet.
Ah, yeah, so of course, that blade thing's like a multi-tool, so I'm guessing you can zipline faster.
You can use
Is
a
that how it
multi-tool and
works?
deploy those and quickly jet across the map.
Yeah, because of course it basically flew off the
where
gun,
you
I
can
think.
use a multi-tool and deploy those and quickly.
Yeah, so it's like you shoot that blade thing, it basically goes to the zip line. You can basically zip line a lot faster, so it's good for getting away from Zeds, I believe.
If my teammate's down and I need to get to them quickly, using a slide up to a zip line and getting over there to revive them and get them out of danger.
Yeah, so Last Stand is actually a thing. I actually saw this for the first time in the bloat reveal where Mr. Foster was shooting that. bloat really poorly, but yeah, it looks like you can actually revive teammates now, so when you go down, you're not permanently dead. But I mean, mind you, wouldn't the Zeds kill you when you're in your down state, though? So, you know, it's like you basically have to revive your teammates quickly, because of course they're not going to last forever. But still quite interesting, you know, at least you get a chance to bring your team back. Yeah, if they all fall down, so that's pretty cool.
Turn that on at a distance, this giant fan will kick on, suck Zeds into it, and shred them apart. The map can
Yeah, just like Killing Floor 2. So, of course, Killing Floor 2 holdout maps had a lot of these traps where you had, like, fans and stuff that suck Zeds in. Now, I see they're bringing that back, a bit more environmental stuff.
Something that can be a
You also
danger
got
to you,
explosive
just like
bells from
Zeds,
Doom.
but
Along with a thing that we're really excited about is our modding system.
Did I just see the AK on the wall?
And we have
I mean, if it's anything like Killing Floor 1's AK, I'll be pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, there's a bit of an AK there, you got the Winchester. So of course they might be bringing back some sharpshooter weapons, some commando weapons from Killing Floor 1 and 2.
Excited about
Quite
is our
nice.
modding. So you can take a weapon and through playing you get crafting material, which you can then craft schematics and apply these different types of mods so you can completely change how they work.
You craft.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you basically play the game, get crafting material, and you can basically craft, like, the weapon attachments you want. That's pretty cool. Like, you know, it encourages the player to play the game a lot more to unlock the attachments.
Weapon mods by earning different types of resources in game, like say Zed Tech from shooting a Zed, or you might earn some electrical parts from destroying Horzine equipment. And then at your hub, you can use these resources to craft and upgrade your weapon mods.
That is cool. So basically, you have to go around the map shooting Zeds, you pick up their parts, you also break Horzine equipment. You know, it's pretty good actually. It encourages you to explore the map a lot more, like appreciate it. Because not only do you just shoot Zeds and leave, you also get rewards from finding scrap along the map. And in return, you get more weapon attachments and stuff, so it's pretty interesting. And I think it also encourages more replayability with maps. So of course you go into the map to get more scrap and upgrade your weapon attachments and stuff, which is good. It keeps players coming back to the game, which is very good indeed.
Light mags, which...
Oh, look at the oil drum as well. Like, you can actually interact with the oil drum by shooting it, and it actually, you know, spills out. I don't know if it's flammable, but it might be flammable. Like, if you're a firebug, you could probably set fire to this or something. I don't know if that's actually fully true, but could be an idea.
But you can put other types of elements onto it for secondary modes. So for instance, a flamethrower with a shotgun barrel, or you could have an assault rifle with a grenade launcher.
We want
Oh yes, I love the grenade launchers. Like in Killing Floor 2, the M208 was honestly my favourite weapon, just because of the grenade launcher. And now that you can actually use it with like all weapons, you know, it gives all weapons a fair chance. Because of course, in Killing Floor 2, you would pick one weapon over the other just because of the attachments. But now that all weapons have equal attachments, you know, it makes it a lot more interesting.
We want players to be able to grow the power of that weapon, and then also customize it to their playstyle or a tier 1 weapon, and it be viable late game through modding.
when you're inside the hub and you're crafting a new weapon mod,
That's pretty cool.
you have the
Okay,
ability-
so they basically, you know, eliminated the tier systems. Of course, you had the in Killing Floor 2, you had, for example, you had the starting AR-15, which of course wasn't that good. But now it seems like with the attachment system, of course, every gun's going to be equal in a way, because now they have equal attachments, like I said before. So, you know, your starting weapon in Killing Floor 2 is probably going to be pretty decent late game. Like, different attachments do better with certain Zeds, but again, an interesting concept to think about.
You have the ability to equip it to your gun, go over to the gun range, shoot it, see how it feels, see what you enjoy. And the thing is, you can then save all of these weapon loadouts so that when you deploy into a map and you're fighting Zeds between waves, you'll have that ability to buy those weapons.
So again, you can basically save loadouts, you can basically test out the gun range, which is really good because basically it gives you that free time to test weapons before you actually go into game with Zeds. Because if you get the wrong attachments and stuff, then it's going to be a bit of a hell of a time trying to survive all of those Zeds. But you know, in the gun range, it gives you some free time to customize your loadout. You can actually save the loadout, which is pretty cool. So next time you buy it from the trader, you get those attachments. Again, a really cool concept.
We have deeper progression systems than we've ever had in any tripwire game. For Killing Floor 1, you just had passive progression. Players didn't really have a choice at all. Killing Floor 2, we introduced skill tiers, so every 5 levels a player could select a skill for each tier.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I know they're talking about the skills and stuff, but that is a really interesting weapon. Like, that's an interesting weapon. Like a cross between a husk cannon and a Seeker 6 or something? What was that?
Where we have many more levels.
Is that the Flesh Pound? Or is he just stunned or something? Oh yeah, he got like stunned or something. Yeah, you can see he's on the ground here.
For each tier they unlock. For Killing Floor 3, we've expanded on that greatly, where we have many more levels, many more skill tiers, and more meaningful choices for each skill tier. And then on top of that, players can level up each individual skill. So there's much, much deeper progression in Killing Floor.
No way. Okay, so not only do you actually get a skill every 5 levels, you can also upgrade that individual skill. Oh, damn, okay. I don't know how it's going to work, obviously, but it looks like they've gone a lot deeper into like the progression system. And how many tiers are we going to get? Like for a perk, like I know Killing Floor 2 had like 5 tiers where you could select like 5 skills. Like, are we going to get the choice of 2 per level, or are we going to get like 3 or 4? Again, very interesting to find out.
The thing I was most excited to bring to Killing Floor 3 is all the new technology that we have at our disposal with Unreal 5.
That is gory as hell, but I love it at the same time. Like, it reminds me of Killing Floor 1. You know, when all the specimens are like all over the tables, the operating tables. It sort of reminds me of that in a way. It's pretty cool. Like, you remember in Forest Map in Killing Floor 1, where the stalkers were like all over the tables, and they were experimenting with like cloaking stuff. It sort of reminds me of that from Killing Floor 1. I forget what the map name is called, but just what it reminds me of.
Hit detection, blowing limbs off, gore is amplified and way more intense than it ever.
Jesus, look at that. Like, obviously, when you kill like multiple sets, like it's permanently stuck on your gun. Jesus.
Way more.
Look at that. That would actually make a really cool weapon skin, though, to be fair. Like, I would definitely take this. I mean, it might be, I don't know, like a common weapon skin rather than a rare one, but no, I'd still take it. It looks pretty mint.
A few assists, but then I'm attacked by a Flesh Pound and I'll be in the down.
Look at them just crawling towards you. That's funny. Like, they will literally stop at nothing to kill you. Like, honestly. Like, hell-bent murderers or something.
Still crawl and
I mean,
attack you.
I just gotta say it
And
as
I've had
well
moments where I've
when
been
it comes on. Like, look at the lighting on this map. Like, I'm honestly impressed. Like, of course, it's Unreal Engine 5, which is a big jump from Killing Floor 2 to Unreal Engine 3, but, like, look at the lighting. Like, you can see, like, the dark, gloomy atmosphere and, like, the street lamp and stuff. It just looks awesome.
One of the assists that I thought I took out is, like, crawling, reaching for me, trying to get its last attack on. It just makes for some really kind of, like, fun, emergent gameplay.
So, basically, what I was trying to say is make sure you kill your Zeds. Make sure you put enough bullets in to kill them, because if not, they will crawl back and haunt you.
Great in Killing Floors, shooting things in the head. We wanted there to be strong feedback when
Yep, this video is getting demonetized, but
you do that.
That is pretty cool.
Variety was really important. Their heads are made up of multiple meshes so that it can essentially open up like...
I mean, look at that. That is awesome. Like, of course, Killing Floor 3 is like 12 times more blood depth, I think is what they said. And of course, with it being on the latest engine, the latest tech, of course, we're going to get more blood detail. That is insane. Like, imagine that thing running at you in Killing Floor 3. Imagine that running at you, and it's just like, his head's been exploded, but he's got like body parts still attached. It's crazy.
Shot. When you shoot
oh, again, there's the cyst attack, which actually does cause temporary blindness. We haven't seen that until now. It's like a red spitball here, and I know the bloat actually has like a big green spitball attack. So it's obviously like, the smaller Zeds now have a range attack, which is pretty cool. We've got the motion capture in here as well, so of course everything's motion captured. Oh, so what have we got here then? We've got some kind of Thor hammer here. We got a katana. We got a pistol. Oh, we haven't actually seen anything from Berserker yet, but I'm guessing this is the kind of weaponry we're going to get, the katana or maybe Thor's hammer. I don't know. I might be skipping too far ahead, but possible ideas because we haven't seen anything. You know, I just thought of this as well. Those hammers remind me of the dwarf axe for some reason from Killing Floor 1. It sort of reminds me of the dwarf axe. Obviously they're different, of course, but that's what it reminds me of. And maybe Killing Floor 3 might have this thing where you have to play another game to unlock it.
They feel impactful. How those classic Zeds that they've enjoyed.
Again, I just gotta say it. I just love how you can like slide and shoot. Like it makes you really feel like an action hero kind of thing. I know people don't like the hero shooter approach, but I mean I gotta admit, like sliding and shooting is pretty cool.
Moment to catch your breath, buy new weapons, and then instantly get thrust.
Ooh, again, we got to look at the Husk Cannon Seeker 6 crossover.
And then this kind of
like it's got obviously a very big magazine.
To catch your
Looks
breath.
pretty cool actually. I'm guessing that's a demo weapon from the looks of it, but it could also be a firebug weapon with like a incendiary mod. What was... Well, there was a laser there. There was a laser there. Like, look at it. It's aiming at the player. So there's somebody with a laser there. Not unless it's just multiplayer, so other people are like aiming at you, like your teammates and stuff. But like obviously, yeah, like it looks very different from the other. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, it looks more like a player than anything. So yeah, I think it's just a player. To be honest, I might just be overthinking it again. And how far is soon, exactly? Of course, it's early 2025, so it is. We still don't have a release date, sadly. But yeah, again, like I mentioned at the start of the video, you know, it seems as though they're introducing Nightfall news. I have a feeling we could get a release date quite soon, but we don't know when, of course. Early 2025, again, could be anywhere between January and March, or possibly April, who knows. So again, it's just one of those things we're going to have to wait for. So yeah, that is it. That is the making of Killing Floor 3. Basically got a really good idea of how, you know, the attachments are going to work. Obviously you get like scrap along the map. You can also salvage stuff from Horzine equipment to basically get more attachments and stuff. So yeah, we also get a look at some really cool maps. Like again, the lighting is just so cool. And because, you know, I've been playing Unreal Engine 3 on Killing Floor 2 for so long, obviously it's a massive step up from what Killing Floor 2 has. And of course, with blood being in higher resolution, of course we get more gorier detail now. And even the Zeds are on the operating tables, which, to be fair, in Killing Floor 2 I noticed we didn't have much of that going towards the end of the game. So it's really cool to have like this failed experiment kind of thing here. It makes the player think more about what happened before the events of Killing Floor 3 and like what people were doing before the player got here. And of course we can't forget as well, like mantling and stuff is in the game now. I've also got more advanced movement like sliding and shooting, and obviously we got some pretty interesting map design. This looks like something out of a horror film, you know, got wires hanging down, looks very abandoned. So yeah, I mean, Killing Floor 3 does look very promising. Of course, as we keep getting these snippets of Killing Floor 3, we can build a bigger picture of what the game will look like once it releases. And, you know, so far it is looking quite promising. They haven't mentioned anything about specialists, so I don't know what's going on about that. But of course, as they've made it now so specialists can get all of the weapons for any kind of class, obviously makes it a lot better now that you're not stuck to your own perks weapons. But again, I know people aren't too pleased with characters being locked to perks, and again, they might change in the future, but we don't know that for sure. And not forgetting as well, we've also got some new tools here. Like, of course, we got this thing now, which allows us to zip line down a lot faster. So again, it's pretty cool. And there's obviously a lot of stuff going into this game, and they've really innovated in quite a lot of ways. But yeah, that's basically where I'm going to leave it here. What do you think of the new trailer? Do let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, join Discord if you do, follow me on the socials, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.